Tonight on 12, a News 12 exclusive. The family at the center of this week's massive fire is speaking out. Find out how they're trying to help the owners of 10 nearby stores that were destroyed. Plus, new video tonight of the suspects who tied up and robbed a couple in front of their young daughter. Details in your Bronx news. It starts right now.
As local news gets, News 12, the Bronx.
Thanks for joining us this Saturday night. I'm Lori Chung. Thursday's massive garage fire in Wakefield almost wiped out an entire block on White Plains Road. Tonight, the niece of the property owner where the fire started is speaking out exclusively to News 12. She spoke with our Carmen Grant about the devastating loss to her community.
Shawnee Daly still can't believe how quickly Thursday's fire spread to several businesses on White Plains Road.
It's actually sad to see that everything went down.
The fire started in the back of her uncle's garage here at 685 East 225th Street.
They're trying to say it's an electronic fire, but there's no tools in the garage, so we don't know how the fire started.
She says her family, especially her uncle, who didn't want to talk to us on camera, has been overwhelmed by what has happened. The fire, which started on her uncle's property, left his rental home standing, but destroyed several nearby stores, including a mosque.
He's sorry for everything that happened, and he's really hurt because he didn't want that to happen to no one, and we didn't want that to happen to anyone, and we shocked that everything happened.
Meanwhile, the rebuilding process continues. Heavy equipment has been brought in to remove the tons of rubble and debris from Thursday's fire. Daly says her uncle is working with some store owners who are trying to rebuild.
He's going to try and get back to the community because the garage, he's not going to build back the garage. The insurance money, I think he should give back to the community to help build back the community.
In Wakefield, Carmen Grant, News 12, the Bronx.
Officials say the cause of that fire is still under investigation. Well, Sunday marks Cinco de Mayo, and Belmont was the perfect place to get an early start on the celebration. It hosted its 8th annual block party today on Crescent Avenue. The bash was family-friendly with a live mariachi band, free refreshments, and of course fun stuff for the kids, like a face painter and a clown. But Bronx Borough President Ruben Diaz Jr. says it's also a celebration of independence.
I officially am announcing this event as the Cinco de Mayo event, where we celebrate the victory that the Mexicans gave against the French in 1862. And we also celebrate the culture, the ethnicity, the arts.
Mexicans are the next emerging class of people coming to our city. The way that we tell our history is the way that we embrace our newcomers. We're here with open arms, welcoming those new neighbors, our Mexican community.
In fact, the Belmont neighborhood has changed over the years from a mostly Italian community to Mexican. Coincidentally, most of the Mexicans in Belmont are from the town of Puebla, where the war occurred. Well, this weekend was pretty picture perfect if you're planning on any kind of celebration. Tonight, though, clear and cool lows around 46 degrees. Not that windy. Looking at temperatures around the borough, it's going to continue to be pretty nice overall this weekend with temperatures in the 40s. We'll see temperatures around the borough, 47 in Throgs Neck, 48 in Mott Haven, 44 in Soundview. Well, to a news update now. Police have new video of the 3 men who tied up a Bronx couple and robbed them in front of their 3-year-old daughter. We first told you about this when it happened Thursday morning. Police say the first man knocked on the victim's door on East 177th Street, saying that they had a leak coming from their home. When the couple opened the door, these 3 men that you see forced their way in and tied them up. Cops say they took cash and 2 cell phones and then took off in a black livery cab. Neither the couple or their 3-year-old were hurt. And take a look at the suspects again. They are described as men in their 20s and 30s. Police also looking for this man who broke into a safe at a condo in Melrose. It happened last Saturday night at the Aurora building on Washington Avenue. Cops say this guy entered through a rear door and took a bunch of cash from the safe. In fact, the robbery happened literally around the corner from the 42nd Precinct Station. If you know anything about these suspects, these robbery suspects, please call Crime Stoppers 1-800-577-TIPS. You do not have to leave your name, and you could receive a cash reward. Getting tested to be a bone marrow donor is as easy as a swab of the cheek, and one Bronx girl is hoping for a match. 11-year-old Tiffany Glasgow suffers from sickle cell anemia, a weakened liver and gastrointestinal condition. So people came out to NYCHA Classic Center in Melrose to get tested in hopes of helping Tiffany.
To find a match for Tiffany is still hard because people are not coming forward. Now we're asking people to come forward, be donors, nothing to be scared of, just come. Whatever you're doing will help to save a child's life.
All I want to say is that I hope people come and they are willing to be a donor. And if you remember that if you're not a donor and if you're not a match for me, you're a match for somebody somewhere.
Tiffany is hoping to get a bone marrow transplant before July. The next donation and testing event will be on May 26 at 839 Reverend James A. Polite Avenue. You can also find the information on our website, news12.com. Well, coming up on News 12, the Bronx this Saturday night, a Bronx after-school counselor admits that he had child pornography on his computer. Find out how much prison time he could be facing. Plus, we show you one neighborhood that really is digging in and giving back to their local park. A sign that the area has made a huge turnaround. And also remember our question of the day. How will you celebrate Cinco de Mayo tomorrow? Will you be chowing down on some Mexican food, go to a fiesta, or are you sitting this one out? Let us know on our website, news12.com or channel 612. We'll be right back. But first, here's a preview of our May edition of News 12 Overtime.
News 12 Overtime, going beyond the highlights of the sports stories in your borough.
From the parks of Brooklyn all the way to the NFL, meet Ode Abushi and his most unusual path to the pros. Also, the story of Eddie Nagai, a star high school volleyball player whose battle with cancer inspires the Fort Hamilton campus. Plus, we'll hear from some of the city's top high school basketball coaches.
News 12 Overtime, Thursday at 7 p.m., only on News 12 The Bronx.
I'll be right out.
Got a little time on your hands? Make the most of it with News 12 on your smartphone.
Just a few more, honey. Ooh, these are cute. Just another minute.
Breaking news, local weather, and everything you love about News 12 on any mobile device the moment it happens.
Isn't this fun? This is perfect for your cousin's wedding.
With News 12 on your smartphone or iPad, you can make the most of your time anytime.
How does it look?
It's amazing.
We've all got a lot to do. I can't have anything holding me back. I need to know what's happening. With the News 12 app, I get it all.
For you on News 12 The Bronx.
My news, my traffic, and my weather. Either at home or on the go, it's News 12 wherever I need it.
Download the News 12 app. It's free with your Optimum subscription.
The News 12 app. It's as local news gets.
Looking ahead at the rest of the day's weather, you'll note... Can I help you? Well, I thought we're doing weather in twos now. No, it's weather on the twos. News 12 is weather on the twos. I get it.
News 12 The Bronx is weather on the twos, only on Cablevision. If you see breaking news or have an interesting event, call us at 718-861-6800 or email us news12bx@news12.com.
A Bronx after-school counselor is facing up to 30 years in prison after admitting that he used his home computer to transfer child pornography. 27-year-old Joshua Conde was busted last year after an investigation by police and Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents. He worked as a counselor at the Bronx House on Pelham Parkway. Prosecutors say he downloaded the porn and saved it onto his computer and several other devices. He also distributed porn online using file-sharing software. Bronx House claims Conde's background check came up clean when he was hired. Investigators want to know more about a phone call between Boston bombing suspect Tamerlan Tsarnaev and his wife days after the bombing. Officials say Catherine Russell calls Tsarnaev after pictures of him and his brother appeared on national TV in connection with the attack. It's unclear what the couple talked about, but officials say Russell didn't call authorities, who were still trying to identify the men. Meantime, a Massachusetts funeral home is still looking for a cemetery that will take his body. Right now, his remains are being held at a funeral home in Worcester. Some have gathered outside that home to protest. The director says if he can't find a cemetery to take Tsarnaev's body, he'll ask the government to find a grave. He also says Tsarnaev's death certificate says he died from a gunshot wounds and blunt force trauma to the head and torso. Well, back here in the Bronx this weekend, spring weather is perfect for being outdoors, and as our Amy Yancey reports, some Bronxites and West Farms are doing their part to keep their local park in great shape.
Raking, pulling, and shoveling. These volunteers aren't afraid to get a little dirty to keep Starlight Park clean.
I think it encourages New Yorkers to enjoy their neighborhood and appreciate everything that's good about it.
Pope Jackson is one of 5,000 people citywide taking part in this year's It's My Park Day. The annual event is hosted by the City Parks Foundation and Parks Department. The goal is to allow New Yorkers in all 5 boroughs to take the lead in beautifying their local parks. One community group getting involved in Virginia Avenue efforts is doing just that.
It's just a nice way of promoting volunteerism and having our youth come out and develop that sense of ownership for their city parks.
Here in the Bronx, some say Starlight is a symbol of how far the borough has come. It's recently renovated, but for many years, this was a vacant field along the Bronx River, often used as a dump. It's surrounded by the Cross Bronx and Sheridan expressways. Nilka Martel says that layout is common here.
In the Bronx, these are our backyards.
The Bronx should be in a respectful way, and we all live here, so why not make the best of it, right?
Like Perez, most of the volunteers were teenagers, except for this tiny gardener. And the efforts of the volunteers comes at just the right time. Though people have been coming to Starlight Park since January, the official ribbon cutting is this Friday. Reporting from West Farms, Amy Yancey, News 12, the Bronx.
And Westchester Square may be the place to pick up a Mother's Day gift. Remember, it is a week away, so get ready. The Harvest Fields Community Church on East Tremont Avenue is hosting its craft fair and flea market. There are tons of clothes, handbags, paintings, and more that would make a great present for your mom. And volunteers are excited about what they're selling.
Gorgeous jewelry is on sale, brand new clothes, a lot of stuff, food, good food. Amen. Help me out, team. Everything.
That's right, time's running out. The fair and market are actually a fundraiser for the church's trip to Ecuador to help provide equipment and food for the elderly and very young. They will be open tomorrow from 1:30 to 5:30 p.m. Well, time now for another look at your weather on the 2s. It's been so nice this weekend. Who can complain about this weekend's weather? We're looking to tomorrow, more of the same. 60 degrees in Pelham Parkway, 63 in Riverdale, 59 in Hunts Point. Be early clouds, a little bit of fog, but overall mostly sunny and another nice weekend day. I'm Lori Chong. Coming up, developing news tonight in the Middle East as Israeli officials now confirm that they have indeed carried out an airstrike against Syria. Plus, Bronx cops are looking for a furniture store thief who was caught on camera and made a daring escape using a neighboring business. We'll explain coming up.
News 12, the Bronx. Always in your borough. A Bronx man is reported missing.
This is a photo of Guillermo Flores.
2 days later, 2 crossing guards think they recognize a wandering man.
Very disoriented, very tired.
They call up their News 12 smartphone app.
Report that she had seen earlier on in the morning.
That's how I came at the conclusion that it was him.
These 2 crossing guards' efforts led to a happy ending.
News 12, the Bronx. We're always here for you.
Hi, Sarah Owens. I'm here for my 3 o'clock.
Yeah, the doctor's running a little bit late today, but you could just go ahead and make yourself comfortable.
Why is it that your 3 o'clock never happens at 3 o'clock? Now, extra time isn't wasted time with News 12 on your smartphone or iPad.
Yeah, he saw you.
It's the News 12 The Bronx that you love.
The time now is 3:50.
Anywhere, anytime you want it.
Miss Owens, the doctor will see you now.
I'll be there in a moment.
News 12 The Bronx. That's as local news gets. 12 The Bronx is the one weather to watch.
News 12 is now weather on the twos.
Watch me for the weather in your borough on the twos.
All day, the forecast in your neighborhood on the twos.
All night, News 12 is the one weather to watch.
News 12 The Bronx is weather on the twos. News 12 The Bronx, only on Cablevision, never on Fios, never on satellite.
Well, looking ahead at the rest of the day's weather, you'll note. Can I help you? Well, I thought we're doing weather in twos now. No, it's weather on the twos. News 12 is weather on the twos. I get it.
News 12 The Bronx is weather on the twos, only on Cablevision. The News 12 app for your iPhone has a new look, new features, and all your local news, weather, and traffic. Download it today, free from the App Store. If you see breaking news or have an interesting event, call us at 718-861-6800 or email us news12bx@news12.com.
Police are looking for the man who raided the furniture depot on Willis Avenue. Take a look at this video. Cops say the suspect waited inside the store until it closed. Then he grabbed several items and money and made his escape by digging a hole through the wall of the adjoining business next door, and then got out using that store's emergency exit, setting off an alarm. Police say the suspect is a man in his 30s. Cops also searching for a missing elderly Bronx man who has Alzheimer's. This is 62-year-old Roberto Vargas of Bailey Avenue. He was last seen leaving his home around 6 a.m. Friday morning. Vargas is described as 5'8" and 150 pounds with gray hair. He was last seen wearing blue shorts and white stripes and a gray t-shirt. Cops say he was not wearing shoes when he disappeared. If you have any information on his whereabouts or the burglary, call Crime Stoppers. That number, 1-800-577-TIPS. And to find out how you can actually text your tips, head over to news12.com. Developing news in Syria tonight. Israeli officials now confirm that they have carried out an airstrike against Syria. It's been widely reported that Israeli military officials have confirmed they conducted an airstrike targeting a Syrian arms shipment. The officials say the shipment of missiles was bound for the Lebanese-based terror group Hezbollah. News 12's Sean Bergen has more.
Israeli defense officials say the airstrike happened early Friday morning. It's not immediately clear where the bombing raid took place or how many aircraft were involved. One official did confirm that the target was not chemical weapons, but rather long-range missiles the Israelis have called game changers. U.S. Congressman Steve Israel says the weapons may have come from Iran.
Well, there is some intelligence that suggests that Iran had provided some surface-to-surface missiles to the Syrians, which were en route to Hezbollah in southern Lebanon, which would have been used against Israel. Every nation has the right to defend its people and protect its survival. That is what the Israelis did yesterday.
The ongoing civil war in Syria has so far claimed more than 70,000 lives. U.S. officials have been very concerned that Syria's stockpiles of chemical weapons could fall into the hands of rebels affiliated with al-Qaeda. Congressman Israel says the situation in Syria is a chaotic one and also very tricky for U.S. policymakers.
This is the crux of the crisis in Syria. It's not bad guys versus good guys. It's a bunch of different guys fighting amongst themselves, and you have chemical weapons stockpiles in that country. And so at the end of the day, we have to make sure that there is a government that is capable of securing those chemical weapons stockpiles and not sharing them with al-Qaeda.
That was Sean Bergen reporting. 5 Americans were killed by a roadside bomb today in southern Afghanistan. It's the deadliest attack since the Taliban announced the start of their spring offensive earlier this week. Officials aren't saying where the bombing happened, but do confirm it's in an area known as the spiritual birthplace of the Taliban. I'm Lori Chung. Coming up, you are watching News 12 The Bronx. When we return, we want better sound out of your iPhone or your iPad. Well, in tonight's The Download, the booming speaker speakers that might also make it easier to hold your portable electronic devices. And Game 7 Saturday night as the Brooklyn Nets look to move on to the second round of the NBA playoffs. That and more coming up in sports. But first, let's take another check of the forecast. Tonight, clear and cool with temperatures around the Bronx in the 40s over the next couple of days. We'll see pretty good weather tomorrow on Sunday. 61 the high there. 64 degrees on Monday with some clouds moving in. 68 on Tuesday. We will have the full forecast coming up after the break.
I'll be right out.
Got a little time on your hands? Make the most of it.
Yes.
Just a few more, honey.
Sure. Hello, Pat. Hello, hello.
Hey, Lori, how you doing?
Oh, fantastic.
You got me?
Yep, gotcha. Hey.
Thank you. We're in break now, about 3 minutes out. Tell D-Will to stay out of my shot.
We have weather in a package before.
Tell D-Will to stay out of my shot. They're getting the money shot right now, so hopefully that changes.
Yo.
If you need me to slide over, slide me over.
Cool. Sounds good. Everything's good?
We'll be fine, whatever.
Pat, you hear me? Pat, it's Dan.
Yeah, I got you, Dan. You got me?
Yep, loud and clear.
Okay, okay.
Back now with your weather on the 2s. Great weather this weekend. Pretty nice out there this Saturday, and that will continue on Sunday. A high of 61 degrees on Sunday. On Monday, 64 the high there with clouds moving in. 68 on Tuesday. 66 the high on Wednesday, and it looks like there might be some clouds and drizzle there. 69 though on Thursday. 73 a little warmer on Friday to 72 degrees on Saturday. So overall, pretty good week we're looking at there. Well, if you're looking to get big sound out of your small portable electronic devices, News 12's Andrew Anger has some speaker suggestions in tonight's The Download.
From the look of the Carbon Audio Zuka, you can see this is no ordinary Bluetooth speaker for a tablet.
The speaker's on the side so that you get better stereo separation. You actually get a better sound.
The Zuka functions as a grip for the iPad, but it also can fit on top of a laptop for better audio. And there's a built-in kickstand if you want to prop up the iPad or any other tablet to watch a movie.
It works with Android, Apple, whatever you have that has Bluetooth 2.0.
But what if you want a Bluetooth speaker that's a little more, well, rugged? Check out the Braven BRV1.
It's ultra rugged, IPX5 waterproof, which means shy of submerging it in water, it can take it as far as water is concerned.
The guys at Braven even ran the BRV1 over with a Hummer.
Oh, no way.
The BRV1's audio roots come from Braven's other great-sounding Bluetooth speakers, and this tough one has many of the same features, including a waterproof line-in jack and a USB port so you can plug in your phone for an emergency charge. Not a bad feature if you're out in the middle of nowhere.
You take it on your snowboard, take it up the mountain, take it on a canoe. It's really versatile. It's really nice for somebody that's got an active lifestyle.
I'm Andrew Anger, and that's your download.
Well, you can get the Zuka now for $100. The Braven BRV1 will run you $179. We have all the information about the speakers on news12.com. Just head over to numbers and links. Dan Serafin here now with a look at sports and do or die for the Nets, apparently.
Yeah, these playoff games, you know, if you're a fan of your team and watching these games, they're hard to watch. If you watch the Knicks game Friday night, it gets your heart beating a little too fast at times. And with the Knicks taking care of business on Friday night, the Nets are looking to do the same Saturday. Game 7 in Brooklyn. The last time the Nets and Knicks both advanced out of the first round of the NBA playoffs, 1984. I remember it well as a one-year-old watching the game back then. Our Pat O'Keefe is in Brooklyn for a big one at Barclays Center for the winner-take-all Game 7. Pat.
Those are the Bernard King days back then, Dan. You know, what fortune for the people here. They take a moribund franchise that hadn't sniffed the playoffs the last 5 years in Jersey. Here they are in Brooklyn, and a Game 7 the first time out. Not only that, but it's actually the first home Game 7 in the history of the Nets franchise. A confident feel at shoot-around this morning. Things didn't look so great a week ago when the Nets had dropped their third straight, but here we are. Back-to-back Brooklyn wins to force tonight. This the third straight do or die for the Nets, and they feel that that is an advantage.
Since last Saturday, it's kind of been working to put ourselves in position to have this game tonight, and now we just got to take advantage of it, as simple as that.
The fact that we were so determined and so relentless the past 2 games because we knew we wasn't ready to go home. You know, we took their best shots and we gave them ours. So, you know, we got to come out and do the same thing tonight.
Another advantage for the Nets. Bulls starting guard Luol Deng misses his second straight game. He remains in Chicago with severe flu-like symptoms. So we'll all be watching tonight, and so will LeBron James with his feet up most likely in Miami. Of course, the Heat await the winner in a Game 1 in the next round on Monday night. Dan, back to you.
Thanks very much, Pat. We're looking forward to a Nets win, hopefully, in Brooklyn. After losing Game 1, the Rangers still have a chance Saturday to steal a game and home ice advantage away from Washington. Game 2 would be one where the offense, however, just never could break through. Some opportunities for the Blue Shirts. Second period, no score. Rangers captain Ryan Callahan looking to get him on the board to steal off the faceoff, but Capitals goalie Braden Holtby there for the stop. Into the third period, still no score. Henrik Lundqvist coming up big, keeping the Rangers in it. Great save here as Washington right on the doorstep. Then later in overtime, scoreless still after a breakaway. Lundqvist able to stop that one, but 8 minutes into the overtime, the Capitals get the game winner on the power play. Mike Green scores it 1-0. The Rangers lose. They're down 2-0 in the series.
It's a tough one. You know, I think both teams played well enough to win this game, but so far we've been losing special team game and we lost 2 games, so that's something we have to change if we want to win this series.
From the NHL playoffs to a team that's playoff tested, Fordham softball final weekend of the regular season. The Rams are heading to the A10 tournament, which they won just 2 seasons ago, and the Rams tied for second this season in the Atlantic 10 with St. Joseph's, who they're hosting Saturday. Bottom of the third, tied at 2. Bases loaded for Michelle Daubman, but she strikes out, ending the threat. Top of the 6th, still tied. St. Joe's Sarah Hughes up the middle with the grounder. Bad hop. Melissa Ruff scores, puts St. Joe's up 3-2. And that's your final as the Rams lose Game 2 but split the series. The doubleheader Saturday series with the Hawks. Yanks win Saturday. Phil Hughes, 8 scoreless innings for his first win of the season.
Okay, thanks so much.
Yes.
I'm Lori Chung. More hyper-local weather and news heading your way. But remember, a question of the day you can vote on our website, news12.com, or head to channel 612.
News 12, the Bronx, in high definition.